Hello, I'm Diana Keogh, Editor-in-Chief of ShareWeek.com. Today we're talking with Dr. Gerald Drose, who is a clinical psychologist who specializes in couples and sex therapy. Dr. Drose has agreed to take questions from our members about the topic of sexual addiction. Dr. Drose, I'm going to ask the first question. What is the cause of sexual addiction? Is it something physiological or environmental or a combination of both?
That's a really complicated question. I think there are certainly factors that go on in people's early development that affect their ability to be close emotionally and some of their sexual interest. And there are also physiological factors that occur when people have sex that make one more or less likely to become addicted to sex. But it's a combination of factors, and people are still studying, and there's a lot of disagreement or debate about whether it's an addiction or a compulsion, and what are some of the factors that cause that.
Dr. Drose, the next question comes to us from Twitter. I have a family member who is a sexual addict. Should I be concerned about his children?
Well, I think it would depend on what the addiction is and what the fantasy or the sexual interest is. If it's someone who's addicted to sex with an adult or fantasies of sex with adults, then I don't think you need to worry about your children. If it's someone who has obviously a child pornography or a child sexual interest, then yes, of course you would need to worry about that.
The next question came to us from Facebook. Sexual addiction seems like just an excuse lately. Is it a legitimate diagnosis or just a trendy phrase to excuse misbehavior?
All addictions are things or diagnoses that people can abuse and can use to try to get out of being held accountable for behaviors that they don't want to be accountable for. Sex addiction is certainly one of those, and it's not clear sometimes whether someone is addicted or using it as an excuse, and that's always a problem. But it is a legitimate, for some people, it can become a compulsion, and it can become something that distracts them from their work, their responsibilities, their families, and results in job loss, health consequences, all the things that we normally associate with addiction. For those people, it's not necessarily a denial of responsibility, but a really horrendous problem in their life.
And this last question came to us on our website. Are men the only ones who struggle with sexual addiction, or do women struggle with it as well?
There are definitely women who struggle with sexual addiction. For women, sometimes people will make a distinction that it's more love addiction or addiction to exciting attention. But there are definitely women who meet the same criteria as men in terms of being addicted to sex.
Dr. Drose, thank you so much for joining us here on ShareWeek.com. This has been great information. If you would like more information on sexual addiction and addiction to pornography, please go to our website at www.shareweek.com.